Okay, let's jump right into this. Today, we're diving into a really incredible explainer covering a biological marvel that you and I use every single waking second, but let's be honest, we probably almost never think about. We're taking a journey inward. Our source material today takes a super unique approach to human anatomy. It frames everything from a first-person perspective. It's literally as if the human eye itself is pulling up a chair to talk to you, peeling back the layers of its own insanely complex biology.
So the whole thing kicks off with this brilliant premise, the story of the eyes, in the words of the eyes. And man, what a story it is. Because when you actually look past the surface, the eye is the most complex, densely packed piece of real estate in your entire body, outside of the brain itself. The back of the eye is lined with the retina, which takes up about 2/3 of the space back there. You can think of the retina like an ultra-sensitive onion skin. It is impossibly thin, yet it manages just an unimaginable workload every single second.
To give you a sense of that workload, check out this staggering number: 137 million. That is the exact number of highly specialized, light-sensitive cells crammed into less than a single square inch of your retinal tissue. Just visualize that for a second. In a space smaller than a postage stamp, your body built a microscopic metropolis of over 100 million sensors, all just constantly waiting for light to hit them.
Processing light and color.
All right, so let's look at the workers inside that tiny metropolis. We can break down those 137 million light receptors into two main categories. The vast majority, about 130 million of them, are these rod-shaped cells, and the remaining 7 million are cone-shaped. Now, if you combine both of your eyes, that means you've got over 260 million of these tiny receivers operating in tandem inside your head right now. But despite the huge difference in their numbers, both types play absolutely critical, yet totally different, roles in how you see the world.
Here's how they split the work. Those 130 million rods, they're your low-light specialists. They detect black, white, and all those shades of gray. Without them, you literally wouldn't be able to navigate a dimly lit room. On the flip side, the 7 million cones are your high-definition color specialists. They detect red, green, and blue, and from just those three base colors, they build millions upon millions of color combinations. These cones are all tightly packed into this tiny, pinhead-sized depression called the fovea, and it's a delicate system. When the complex chemistry in there breaks down, it leads to color blindness, which actually affects 1 out of every 8 men worldwide.
To really grasp how fast these cells work, let's walk through a scenario from the source: spotting a firefly in the dark. Because it's dark out, your color-detecting cones take a backseat, and your combined 260 million rods totally take over. Step 1. The firefly flashes its dim light. Step 2. That light hits your rods, and a purple substance inside them called rhodopsin instantly bleaches out. It just loses its color. Now, that bleaching is actually a microchemical reaction that creates a tiny electrical charge. Step 3. This electrical signal shoots down your optic nerve at 300 millivolts per hour. And Step 4, your brain receives it and decodes it as a firefly. This entire mind-blowing sequence, it happens in 1/500th of a second. No way, right?
You see with your brain.
That fraction of a second decoding process brings us to the ultimate plot twist in our biology. Your eyes? They are merely data-gathering instruments. Your brain is what actually does the seeing. The source points out a crazy practical example of this. If someone takes a severe blow to the visual center of their brain, which is way in the back of the head, they can go completely blind, even if their physical eyes are totally unharmed. On the other hand, if you get a minor bump to the head and suddenly see stars, those stars aren't your eyes playing tricks on you. That is literally an electrical disturbance happening right inside your brain's visual center.
How human vision develops. Now, this spectacularly complex system doesn't just switch on at 100% capacity the day we're born. At birth, your eyes can really only distinguish between basic light and shadow. During those early months, infants have incredibly uncoordinated eye movements, and they can only focus on things far away. In fact, the source notes this is exactly why you'll see a baby trying to hold their bottle as far away from their face as possible. By age 6, a child's vision is finally considered excellent, but it actually takes until they are 8 years old to hit peak visual perfection.
Which leads perfectly into a fantastic myth-busting moment. How many of us have heard a parent yell, "Stop reading in the dark, you'll ruin your eyes"? Well, because a child's visual strength is at or near its peak perfection, their eyes can easily handle low-light reading without sustaining any negative long-term damage at all. So yeah, reading under the covers with a flashlight? Totally fine. It's just a common myth busted by the sheer power of our developing biology.
Small but mighty muscles.
We've talked about sensors, but let's talk about the physical mechanics. Here's another jaw-dropping number for you:
100,000. That is how many micro movements, adjustments, and contractions your eye muscles make every single day. Just to keep everything around you in focus as you move your head and look around, these hidden little muscles are flexing tens of thousands of times a day.
To put that daily workout into perspective, the source gave this wild comparison. If you wanted to give your leg muscles the same level of rigorous exercise that your eye muscles do effortlessly every day, you would have to walk 50 miles. Your eye muscles are microscopic by comparison, but their strength and endurance outpace almost any other muscle group in your entire body.
Nature's self-cleaning system.
With all this delicate chemistry and non-stop heavy lifting, the eye naturally needs a serious maintenance routine. And it turns out, you are walking around with a highly engineered defense mechanism. It starts with your lacrimal glands, which are basically these natural reservoirs constantly pumping out clean tears. Meanwhile, your eyelids act exactly like the windshield wipers on a car. On average, we blink 3 to 6 times a minute. Every blink sweeps tears across the eye, washing away dust. But get this, it's not just salt water. Those tears contain a super potent substance called lysozyme. It acts like a fresh spray of disinfectant, instantly killing harmful bacteria on contact.
So it all leaves us with one unavoidable question. Are you completely hyper-aware of every single time you blink now? Because you absolutely should be. Think about it. Every time those eyelids sweep down, you are witnessing the combined effort of 100,000 daily muscle movements, 260 million photoreceptors, and chemical reactions decoding light in 1/500th of a second. It is literally a microscopic universe running right there inside your own head. Keep that in mind the next time you open your eyes.